Hi guys, please support me through PayPal to devinwyndham@gmail.com. devinwyndham@gmail.com is one word, all lowercase. I'll repeat my PayPal info in the comments. Support me so that I can make more and better content, and also please subscribe to my channel. Alright, let's do this exercise at the bottom, ignore the stuff on top. Find the inverse of the function y equals the cube root of 5x minus 3 plus 2. Alright, before we go on, I want to talk about some ways to enjoy math more. Notice I'm using printer paper, because if you use paper with lines on it, paper with lines on it just are for writing English essays. I find the lines get in the way of mathematics. The other thing is, when I was in the 9th grade, I moved to France. I noticed the French write their x's like this, and I adopted that because, you know, in the US, I think we frequently just write a basic cross, but that can get confused with a multiplication symbol or a plus symbol. So I frequently write my x's like the French, like this. Okay, so try this exercise on your own. Pause the video. Okay, here's my solution. Teachers frequently have you do an exercise this. Frequently they say, as your first step, swap x and y. And so, you know, I'm used to that. That's why you can see my first step was swapping x and y, and then I started to cross that out. So this opens another thing. Notice I crossed out rather than erasing. I use a ballpoint pen for math. It's true that you can't erase with it. The advantage of using a pencil is that you can erase. But I find that pencils are scratchy and unpleasant to use, so I prefer ballpoint. Alright, so why do I not like the teacher's usual suggestion of swapping x and y as my first step? The answer is because I think understanding is more important than memorizing in math. And I think if, as your first step, you swap x and y, you're masking real understanding. For me, real understanding of what's going on here is an inverse function is swapping the roles of x and y. You're swapping your input and your output. So what works for my brain is to say, okay, since I'm like swapping what the input and the output is, you know, I need to solve for my input, I need to solve for x. So what works for my brain is I want to solve this equation for x. All right, so I repeat my equation. Notice I repeat it. Math is a lot of copying. It took me a long time to learn that, but don't get afraid of copying. It's certainly not a waste of time. So I just copy my given. Let's verify that. Y equals the cubic root of 5x minus 3 plus 2. All right, this double arrow means is equivalent to. It's useful, it's a space saver, so I don't have to just keep going down. I can save paper. That's one nice thing about this double arrow. So I subtract 2 from both sides, right? Then, you know, just going to the next line like you're reading a novel. That helps me save paper. I cube both sides, right? All right, here, so how did I get here? I added 3 to both sides, right? Okay, and then here I divided both sides by 5. Does that make sense? Then here, you know, because I'm getting ready to get my answer, you know, we usually want the variable that's all alone on the left side, so I just swap the sides of the equation here. And then I do what the teacher says. The first step, I make that my final step. My final step is when I swap y and x. So here's my final step. Alright, see you in another video. Please subscribe.